Hi, Tom Walls, Carbide Processors. I want to talk about our Super Scraper. There's the label. Here is the actual tool. This is a beautiful, beautiful tool. Seriously overbuilt, seriously over-engineered for guys that really like good tools. Clear grain, clear wood grain handle, finished. The handle is finished so it's smooth so that there's no problem with irritation on your hand, and yet it is slightly micro rough to help prevent slipping. Obviously, it's a beautiful shape for both comfort and grip. Piece of steel is 1/8 of an inch thick, which is just monstrous. It is plated with a nickel chrome plating, which is much more durable, much more peel and corrosion resistant than either straight chrome or straight nickel. This prevents rust and corrosion. The tungsten carbide is our own special grade of Super C tungsten carbide. We got into this backwards. We were selling the carbide to the guy. He said, "What are you doing?" We bought a scraper, loved it, so we decided to sell it. It's brazed on with a braze alloy that's 49% silver with manganese for extra strength. 2 monstrous through rivets to hold the whole thing together. Some of the best applications for this, one of which is hand scraping or machine scraping. That's where you take a precision machine and make it even more precise. You take the ways or the channels or whatever and you scrape them down typically to where you're measuring within millionths of an inch. Because this holds such a great edge, because it is nanograin carbide with a high cobalt, it's smoother, it's a little easier to push, a little easier to control. It does a better scraping job than other carbide scrapers. Guys who teach hand scraping love this. It comes with sharp edges here down on it, and sharp square corners. Some guys are worried about gouging, so they take it in a bench grinder, just sort of round the corners a little bit and leave, I don't know, 90% in the middle square and straight. Other guys like it this way, so that when they get all done with the ways or the channels or whatever, they can take the corner and they can go back in and do some filigree. Put a little pattern in it, little tiny pattern, little tiny channels to hold the oil in place. Another application for this is, of course, wood scraping, either instead of a card scraper, steel card scraper. I would suggest that if you use this, because of the hardness of the carbide, if you use it for card scraping, that you pull instead of push, so you have better control and less likely to gouge. I would also think that this would be a better rough application instead of trying to use a finish application for it. Another sensational application is for mechanics, anybody that's got to remove a gasket, a head gasket in an automobile, a pump gasket or whatever, knows that the gasket somehow fuses to steel. It can be really hard to remove. This is square and straight and sharp, and you can put a lot of pressure through it. So not only do you remove the old gasket, you can prepare the steel surface so it's as clean or cleaner and flatter than it was when it was new. On and on and on. Probably the only thing I would caution you about, I don't think this is a particularly good ice scraper for cars. You have to have some control because this is made to scrape. And the carbide is hard enough that you can scrape glass with it, you can scratch glass with it, so it's probably not the best thing to give your teenage daughter to scrape ice off the windshield. But if you want a real scraper, if you want a scraper that really works on paint, on steel, on precision work, on crude work where you just want to remove a lot of stuff in a hurry, if you've got a battleship to get the gray off of, this is the tool for you. Thank you. Bye.